if correct me if I'm wrong, a few years back when the Balakot strike took place, Pakistan for the longest time did not admit that any such strike was carried out by the Indian Air Force. But then the world saw what had happened. This time though, there is immediate reaction from Pakistan.
Absolutely. So, let me just explain to you. When the Pulwama terror attack happened, the Indian Army took its time. The Indian Armed Forces took the time to decide what area to hit. And the then Chief of Air Staff, those the commanders at that time, they met Prime Minister Narendra Modi and gave them multiple targets. One was Bahawalpur, one was Muridke, one was Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the Jabba Top at Balakot. And it was Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Cabinet Committee on Security that cleared Jabba Top in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa to be hit in Balakot, because the message that time very clearly was that they will hit the last point of Pakistan so that message goes across to Pakistan that no area in Pakistan is safe from Indian Armed Forces. So Khyber Pakhtunkhwa was hit last time. This time, Bahawalpur is the headquarters of jaish-e-mohammad. It's a very, very major area to hit. This is where jaish-e-mohammad, remember when IC-814 was hijacked in 1999, December 1999, and when the Maulana of terror, Masood Azhar, was released, he went to Pakistan, and from Pakistan, in Punjab province, he set up his base in southern Punjab province of Pakistan, which is Bahawalpur. That is where he set up his camp, and that is where he was operating from. It was very well known. It's been listed as an entity of jaish-e-mohammad, and that is the place India has hit. So it's a very significant step. Also, do keep in mind, this is not hitting anywhere in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. It is not hitting in Sindoor, Baluchistan. It is hitting in Pakistan's Punjab province, the heart of where the Pakistan army comes from. So it's a very major symbol that's being sent out to Pakistan army that we can hit you in your heart. That's the message that's been sent out by the Indian Army right now, Harshit.
Gaurav, tell us, since we've been looking at the various options that India has had over this duration as well. There were multiple options in India's arsenal as well. When we look at, while we await an official confirmation, in your educated and calculated guess, when you look at the Indian arsenal, which fighter jets could possibly have been put to task over here?
So it remains to be seen. India has a number of standoff weapons to strike. Whether it is a BrahMos supersonic cruise missile that's been used, whether it's an air-to-ground. So we've been told it's a missile strike. That is what we've been told. It's a missile strike that was at a premises that was linked to jaish-e-mohammad. That is what we have been told. But we also need to wait for some more details that are coming out. The fact that Bahawalpur has been hit is a very, very important message that we are learning of. There is also some information that there are other details that will come out in public domain, but the information that Indian Army has officially said, it very clearly indicates that no Pakistan military location has been targeted. Because had a Pakistani military location been targeted, that could have been seen as an escalation. It is not a military target. It is a terror camp that has been hit. 9 places, 9 missiles have been fired at Pakistan, is what the Indian Army has just said in a statement.
For better understanding of the common man, Gaurav, could you help us understand? Okay, just hang on, Gaurav. I'm going to be coming back to you as well. I'm being told Akshata is also joining us at the moment. Akshata, what more details do you have at this point?
So we've got one statement essentially that's come in about Operation Sindoor as it's being called. And we know right now, I've just been tracking really what's been coming in right now. As far as we are concerned, Harshit, there's one statement that's out. Pakistan right now has also confirmed these strikes. It's not really a surgical strike. What we're seeing is essentially a strike from within Indian soil. But you're seeing a very clear message that's going across, because what's happening is that you've got these strikes happening at locations all linked to terror masterminds, which is extremely crucial in this kind of a situation. The messaging from India involved here is that we will go after every one of these terrorists seated deep within Pakistan. Imagine this. One of the strikes has happened near Lahore's Muridke. This has happened in a mosque, which is very close to where Hafiz Saeed is reportedly right now, which we had also exposed here on India Today. Now, the information that's coming in, and there are videos right now doing the rounds also on social media. Some of them, we will warn, are fake, but the ones we're putting out right now on India Today are the ones that seem to be real, shot by residents there. You can see that the missiles have struck specific targets. Now, what India has said right now is that 9 locations have been hit, 9 sites in Pakistan and POK. Pakistan claims 3 places have been hit from the air. We're going to be getting you all of those updates, but India essentially is expected to put out a more detailed briefing in a few hours from now. As we always said, a time and a location of our choosing. That's what's happened right now. You're seeing terror pads being hit by our forces and directly from Indian soil. We haven't entered into their territory, is what, in fact, we have maintained with Operation Sindoor. Masood Azhar, jaish-e-mohammad being targeted. Lashkar-e-taiba, Hafiz Saeed being targeted. Now, we understand that Bahawalpur, Kotli, Muzaffarabad have also been targeted. So these are multiple locations spread across. We're still gathering details of the 9 sites in particular, because what I gave you were about 2, 3, a handful of which we have right now. There are still a lot of details emerging, some of which is also, of course, blind details on social media, which we're kind of screening through to ensure that we put out only all of the verified details right now on our screens. But what we can confirm for you is that Masood Azhar's madrasa, Hafiz Saeed's mosque, all of these have been struck in these strikes that have come in from India, hit Pakistan where it hurts the most. And now you've got Pakistan, talking about these strikes, confirming the same, because there are videos that they can't deny anymore. Having said that, middle of the night, Operation Sindoor has been kicked off. We don't know just yet the extent of this operation. We also don't know whether this operation is still on. But India has confirmed that in a few hours from now, we will have a briefing. And our message is very, very clear with these strikes. The 9 sites that have been identified, that have been struck in Pakistan and POK, are all terror camps. And therein lies the message of exactly who we're targeting with these particular strikes. Pakistan is right now crying foul, but the reality is that even for them to actually go ahead and question India's action here will be hard, because we've targeted Hafiz Saeed's mosque, we've targeted Masood Azhar's madrasa as well. All of these are terror masterminds who've been sheltered by Pakistan. 9 sites, let me repeat again, in Pakistan occupied Kashmir, that have been targeted. Still sketchy information that's coming in of exactly where and why these locations have been chosen. But essentially, after Pahalgam, over 14 days since the Pahalgam terror attack, you're seeing justice being served. You're seeing all of the terrorists, all the masterminds like Hafiz Saeed, who was involved in the plotting of the Pahalgam terror attack, being targeted in this manner. 2 weeks on, India's already hit back at Pakistan.